All right. I guess here goes nothing.
What up? Welcome to Mindful Misfits, a series where I talk about my relationship with my balls and you try not to throw your phone at the wall. All right, let's get into it.
I haven't really settled on a name for the series yet, so stay tuned as that evolves. Since this is the first time I actually wrote a script and have adequate recording gear, I'll start off with a little bit of an introduction of myself and my vision for this content. So, I'm Shane, which I recently started spelling with a Y. That's Shayne, because it's just more playful and androgynous, and I like it. I currently use they them pronouns, and I guess my journey into gender discovery began about 4 years ago in 2020. Amusingly enough, my friends and I were really into making short films at the time, and this time we were shooting a music video to the song Alejandro in my friend AC's backyard, and the whole production was like seven of us where we basically like made this choreographed dance to the song, and we all had costumes and makeup to match our role essentially. And I'll throw a link to it in the description because it is a good watch. But before this, I don't really recall a time where I ever did my own makeup or like wore a dress, but I was definitely accustomed to doing silly things for others' amusement. So of course, like opportunity presented itself. I threw on a dress and stuffed the bra with socks, and yeah, we started the skit. What I didn't expect that day was after we were all done filming, I was looking at myself in the mirror and I just like absolutely loved the way that I looked. I felt really powerful and pretty, and for the rest of the evening I kept the makeup on, and a few of my friends were giving me compliments, and it just felt really good. Now, the seemingly small experience set off a gradual unraveling of my core beliefs and assumptions about myself. And in the beginning, it manifested itself as late nights rolling around in bed thinking, and mornings of exploration with women's fashion in my bedroom mirror. Um, of course, dismantling things like heteronormativity, internalized homophobia, the gender binary, all these things take a lot of time. And on top of that, I didn't have many trans or queer folks in my life to hear their firsthand experiences. And during that time, anytime I had a moment to myself, my brain felt like it was in sort of like a identity free fall. And I guess as I looked up, I could see the person that I once was, and I knew that I could never go back to. And below me was the dark, unknown, yet inevitable abyss of dysphoria and unanswered questions. Um, Not surprisingly, the mind has an extremely difficult time coping when our core beliefs are challenged so suddenly and so intensely. As I was falling, I found a variety of ledges along the way where I found temporary comfort in various identities. The first of which was this label at the time, like fluid man. And what this did is it allowed me to be kind of whoever I wanted to be without embracing too much mental discomfort. And I existed in that space for a little while. Then, after about 2 years, another time of questioning was upon me, and I eventually settled on non binary after that time period was up. Now, flash forward to the present, probably another 2 years, 3 years later, and I'm finding more and more acceptance in the fact that I'm meant to exist on this planet as a woman. I guess my thought process more recently has been basically I have this one life, you know, and I want this one life to be everything that I want it to be, and I want to do everything that I want to do. And if for me that's being a woman, then I'm gonna fucking do it because why the fuck not? Um, it doesn't mean that it doesn't require a ton of bravery, but we'll get around to that. Getting back to the podcast, I guess my goal here is to share my reality through my gender identity and discovery, as well as host a space for viewers and friends alike to be proactive teachers and students in any space. So, while I intend to focus on my personal transition and my conversations with others, I also hope to shoot content around spirituality, poly relationships, substance use, anxiety, and more. Um, In my free time, I run a collective essentially that centers around discussions with real people where we share our experiences and find solutions to problems in the modern age. So I do expect that many of the topics discussed there will overlap with this content as well. All that being said, this page is constantly evolving every day, and I hope you find this all as fascinating as I do. It's definitely a lot easier to invest time into doing things like this than it is for me to invest in my corporate job. Like, I don't know, connection is so important, understanding people is so important, and these relationships that we make now are going to be influential in the rest of our lives. So, if you do find yourself resonating with this, please share the link and the love. Send it to a friend who might like it too. And that's all I've got for you today. So, peace and love. Talk to you soon.